welcome to the Experience Podcast. It's just me again. We're continuing our commentary series. This is episode 16, Tanner and Nadia Fight. We're starting right around 16 and a half minutes into the podcast. So if you're here checking home and you, for some reason, want to follow along by yourself, I don't know why, because you can listen to it right here, uh, you know, through this commentary podcast. You get the pretty much the original audio, so no need to listen home. But if you're curious, we're starting around 16 and a half minutes of episode number 16, Tanner and Nadia Fight. If you didn't listen to the first part of this commentary series, go back. Stop right here. Download this episode, so it still counts. Go back to the first one. Go back to the previous episode. Listen to that one. And then you can come back and listen to this one. And then guess what? Next week we'll have a third part, so you get it all. Okay. So yeah, we're gonna get into part 2 here of the Experience Podcast, number 16, commentary. So here we go. Do you know the tiers?
If you name all the tiers and the prices and the promo codes, you win a box of rocks.
Yeah, you can get the box of rocks.
You get the box of rocks.
Is bronze $29.99?
No, what the hell are you talking about?
It's the first subscription package to Patreon.
Okay, so the bronze tier. These are different tiers.
Yeah.
So there's different tiers.
So
There's bronze.
Wait. Bronze is $29.99,
So,
right?
Okay.
Spoiler alert: there's no bronze.
Yeah.
It's silver, gold, and platinum.
Okay,
you
you
guys,
silver. Let's be clear. I'm a diamond member. Okay.
Okay. Well, why don't we all just leave?
Yeah.
Yeah, you should.
Right here. Yeah.
So what benefits do we give our?
We need to wrap this.
Okay, we're getting to the Patreon. Okay. So the Patreon is a way for us to earn extra money, so we can keep.
You don't need money.
We have this is a highly produced podcast.
It's a big thing.
It's a big thing.
Okay.
Anyway, so
we need it because we're purchasing that ad.
We are purchasing an ad. I'm purchasing an ad for this podcast.
Really?
We're putting it in, yeah.
Yes, you guys. So, if you didn't know, I'm going to be competing in a scholarship beauty pageant for Phi Beta Sigma. I am really excited. I have to raise money by buying ads for our program. So, if you guys would like to buy an ad, please. I need to raise $500. Please help me.
So we'll buy like a $50 ad.
Okay.
Would you like to contribute?
I would like to contribute. I have.
I was going to pay cash.
Oh. I got a condom.
You do? You're not supposed to keep them in your wallet, right?
I know, but it's better than keeping them.
What kind is it?
Huh?
Just keep them on your dick the whole time.
Yeah.
No.
Oh!
Ready to go.
Whip it out.
Yeah, ready to go.
Ready to go.
It's
not because I gotta go through the whole step. This ruins the mood then.
Yeah.
But aren't you actually not supposed to keep it in your
Yeah,
wallet?
it ruins the mood.
No, talk about that then.
Talk about that.
Why was it really in the mood?
Oh my god.
Mood ruiners.
Okay, no, me and Daniel were talking about, using condoms, and I was like, yeah, it's so annoying.
It's a conversation we have on a normal day.
Yes. If you didn't know, me and Daniel have very sexual conversations all
I'd say
the time.
95% of our conversations.
Very bisexual conversations.
Yeah, okay, yes.
Emphasis on the sexual. Anyways. I was like, oh yeah, by the way, I was so coughing. Friggin' sucks. So we were talking, and I was like, yeah, I kind of in the mood. And Daniel's like, what are you talking about? It takes like 2 seconds. I'm like, no, because I've had multiple experiences where a guy will put on the condom and be like, oh, it's too tight. And then roll my eyes okay, hurry up, Jesus Christ. Yeah.
So are you saying it's more attractive to say it's too loose? I think you come this is too loose.
No, it's don't complain. Just put it on and put
Strap
it in.
it on.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, just come on. I don't need you sitting there trying to adjust it or whatever, or maybe you're gonna get a new one or something. Oh my.
Pausing there. I'd like to hear our listeners. What do you think about this is condom talk? I forgot we got into this. How do you feel about that? Leave a comment. Maybe don't leave a comment. Think about it on your own, and you can leave an audio message. Maybe we'll play it. Maybe we won't. I don't even remember. I kind of remember this conversation that I had with her, but again, this is 6 years ago, and it was one conversation. I don't, But okay, let's keep going.
Oh my god, it's too tight. Yeah, right, dude. You're not even that big. Okay, just come on. Let's go.
For our 6-year-old audience.
She's on a schedule thing. She's got to get going.
Yeah.
Yes, I am. I'm on a schedule. Okay. Yeah.
I got Pilates after this, so we gotta get going.
We got 20 minutes. Okay, let's go. So, yeah.
Is she actually like that?
Huh?
So that was just the gullible where I played.
No, it's a real story.
Yeah, I
She
can
just
tell.
talked about it.
Really?
I caught it that.
Tanner, have you ever gotten caught in the too tight category?
Too tight.
You ever said, "Oh, this is too tight"?
Yeah. How do you guys feel when you use condoms? Are they usually too tight for you? Do you guys? Do you say that to the girl that you're about to, do it with?
Well, I think it depends. I think it depends on what. Maybe if she's like can relate or something like she's like, well, not can relate, of course, but she's like empathetic. You know what I'm saying?
No, I have no idea what you're saying.
Okay, I don't either. But I'm saying
no,
if maybe it's like a conversation starter. So like you say, oh, it's too tight. Like, oh, it's too tight. What do you usually use? And you type like what condom you usually use, and like maybe you can talk like the story.
Well, if it's,
just have a conversation.
If it's too loose, just put another condom on over it.
Oh, you get double baggage.
It's double baggage. Yeah, it's double baggage. Yeah.
Okay,
it's a two trash bag
look.
Pausing there. I cannot. You know what? This is kind of a global statement, but I can't endorse anything that Tanner says. I know all of that. Yeah, and remember, this is mostly a comedy show. So, okay, yeah, let's keep going.
I'm not gonna be empathetic. Like, oh, boo-hoo, your condom's too tight. Okay, I had to go. I got the freaking IUD shoved up my vagina into my cervix. Okay. So I'm not gonna empathize with you struggling to put on a condom.
But it's a convert.
I'm just on a text from Noah. Sorry, go ahead.
I talked to him today.
Did you?
He said he didn't get my text.
Yeah, I talked to him
do
too.
not believe
I talked to him too, and I was like, Noah, check your text, and he's like, I didn't get anything from Connor.
He's a liar.
He's a liar.
I think he's a snake.
We're calling him out. Noah
calling him
Rittenberg.
out.
We're calling him out on the podcast.
Wait, what do you do? What happened?
So we're trying to have a separate podcast with just Connor and Noah.
Yeah.
Spin-off,
like a spin-off kind of situation. I've done some of my own bios. Nadia, you were on. We had one together. I did one with Joey.
Oh,
without Connor.
An episode.
Episode. So we're gonna have an episode with just Connor and Noah.
Why does the board say the experience?
Pod act.
No, it says
alpha.
whole alpha act or podact.
That's podact. The experience pod act.
Who wrote that? Who wrote that?
Tanner.
No.
Tanner, your handwriting is awful.
It's actually really bad.
We can prove this. We can prove that it's
actually, I think it says experience.
Yeah, the R is really the R and the N are the R.
Pausing here. I think they're talking about like a whiteboard inside this like study room in the dorm. If you didn't listen to episode first part of the commentary, I don't know what you're doing, but we were recording this in like a study room in one of the dorms. I think someone wrote. Tanner. It might have been Connor. Wrote like the Experience podcast on the whiteboard or something. I don't know why, but yeah, that's what they're talking about for our listeners.
Or the N are weak.
No, we don't.
That's awesome.
Tanner,
guys.
Raise your hand. Okay.
Guys.
All right, raise your hand if you think it was Tanner.
Don't no one raise their.
All right, that's everyone, even Owen.
You
even raise your hand.
Okay, we're not hearing enough of Owen's voice.
Owen, go ahead.
Owen, tell us about condoms.
No. What do you think?
Owen, we can't hear you. That's not gonna go.
Yeah,
through.
what'd you say?
Owen, you yell all the time. What'd you say? Okay, Owen, we're gonna need you to talk here because this is called dead air. So, what are you guys whispering about again?
Yeah,
I'm trying to be a producer and trying to figure out something to fill the dead air.
You're not cool. Stop.
You're just putting your hand on your face.
But then I'm also twirling my finger.
It looks like you're like holding like a Band-Aid on.
Like one of these.
There's literally headphones right there.
Yeah, you're DJing.
DJ
Tanner. Like a producer. Because like an actual podcast.
DJ Master.
Wasn't there? Tanner has desperately wanted to be a producer on the podcast. Maybe someday we'll just give him an artificial label, like supervising producer or something. Because again, I don't know what he wants to do. I mean, if we actually had a studio and we were recording there every day and he could do the technical stuff, but he doesn't know how to do that. So, well, I can't say he doesn't. He probably doesn't know how to do it. He can learn, obviously, but there's no reason that I could do. I usually handle most of that stuff. So I'm like, yeah, we've always wondered, like, Tanner, you can be a producer, but what is your contribution? And he struggles to answer that, is all I'm gonna say. But, anyway, let's get back into it.
DJ Master Debates.
DJ Master Debates.
Yeah.
Okay. You guys
Owen,
got
listen to
me.
that episode.
Really? What do you think?
What's your critique?
Yeah, what do you think?
It was good. You guys speak louder, Owen. You're sitting way too far away from the mic.
Oh, why are you so shy?
Maybe here's
What?
here's what I'm thinking.
Okay,
Here's what I'm thinking.
hold on. It's a good theory. Yeah.
This is my thought.
Yeah.
Okay. Because I'm good at theories.
Yeah.
Okay. Owen
Mm-hmm.
is a hitman, and the 6-year-old
What?
is his target.
Oh my goodness.
And so if
This
he
is
says
crazy.
his voice,
The 6-year-old,
the
yeah.
6-year-old will know
He'll
the
be able to
boy.
identify his.
Yeah.
his
We
voice.
already have said his full name.
Who, Owen Esposito? Is he kind
No,
of
that's
this
his-
address?
That's his fake name.
That's his
Or
fake
maybe
name.
his
That's
hit-
his cover
his
name.
hitman name
That's
is
his
his
cover
fake
name.
name.
Oh,
So-
yeah, it's his cover name.
Yeah. So that's.
He goes by like Jeff.
Oh.
So for our listeners here, pausing it, I asked Owen to come on like every week, and he refuses. I keep wanting him to come on. I think he'd be fine on the podcast, but it's just not his thing. So maybe one day we'll get him back on, but yeah, okay, let's keep going.
When he visits the 6-year-old.
I could see it.
Oh, you could see him as a
Okay.
Jeff. Yeah.
If I were a 6-year-old and he
Yeah.
came up to me as Jeff, maybe it's Owen, I'd be like,
Yeah,
it's
Owen,
Jeff.
Jeff.
I'd be like, oh, hey,
Hi, Jeff. How's it going?
Yeah. That's my thought.
Hey, Jefferson.
Jefferson. Yes.
Jefferson.
You know that. Jefferson. Tanner, you're not a producer.
Stop.
You are not a
You're
producer.
actually, you're
funny.
full.
This
You're
is
actually
not funny. You are
You're
not
actually,
funny.
I actually think it's really
Look,
funny.
people don't even like
I think
Toronto.
it's
You are
hilarious.
way.
I think
It's
it's
hilarious.
I usually think it's hilarious.
I don't know what to do with
Yeah,
this.
Honestly, I think it's so funny, dude. I think it's so- Anyways, here's something.
Okay, so yeah.
Like, I think he's actually a man.
Mhm.
That's
Pausing here. What Tanner's doing is he's putting his I think it's like his left hand over his on his head, like over his ear in a way, and then spinning his finger like let's keep it going, like the keep it moving spinning finger thing. I think that's what I'm trying to remember what he did here, but that's what he would try to do, and when he would pretend to be a producer, even when we went virtual, he would still kind of do that sometimes. It's like, all right, Tanner, we got it. We'll move on. Sometimes I can, well, I shouldn't say I edit them, but I rarely edit these episodes. But if there's like really bad dead air or something like that, or if it's not a great episode, I'll try to edit it a little bit to make it a little more appealing. But yeah, for the most part, we just let these kind of go. They're very stream of consciousness, which I think I think can be kind of relaxing in a way. Just listen to something like this, like while you're driving or something like that. But anyway, let's keep going.
Are you crying?
Tanner is
Do you need to
fine.
step outside?
I'm close.
Suck it back in. Suck it. Suck it those tears.
This was a really emotional podcast, I think, for everyone.
no,
No,
I would
just
agree.
you.
This really, you're the only one that's crying here, and we're halfway through.
Shit. Okay.
But anyway, about the thing that Owen was
Yes.
talking about earlier, I think we should really stretch it out more because there's things kind of toward the end which I really thought we could dive into. Because
No,
the thing
so
about
here's
it,
the thing.
so here's the thing about it, okay, Nadia. When you look at it from one angle and then you kind of take it and reverse it, it really provides a new perspective on it.
Yeah, no, he's right.
Yes.
And the important thing is you got to remember there's two sides
Yeah.
to every quarter, every
What?
story,
What are you talking
every
about?
coin. Every coin has two sides.
Okay,
It's
yeah,
just, it's
of course.
going off of what you're saying, right?
Yeah.
And you
There's
just
a
gotta,
square.
you just gotta. Well,
It's a six-sided die.
well, yeah, you just gotta remember it's multifaceted and
Yeah,
there's several
there's
layers
ways-
to what Owen was talking about.
There's a lot of things that we could dive into. We don't have enough time, obviously, in
Yes.
this episode.
Yes.
Are we just pick one thing and roll with that?
Well,
I mean, we
we're
could, but the
rolling
problem
with
is
concept
the whole point of
it.
it is like a broad perspective.
Yes.
It's something you gotta cover
It's,
completely.
yes, it's not something that just.
Yes.
Yeah, Tanner,
No,
way to ruin the bit. Well, Tanner ruined
See,
it.
Tanner,
so,
Tanner
yeah.
is very
I
good
didn't
at
ruin
that.
the
See,
bit.
that's
You
what I'm
ruined the
saying.
bit.
Tanner
You
said,
ruined
I
Tanner
was
said,
being a
Yeah.
producer. See, guys, the bit was not ruined.
but
That's
but
what
God,
ruined
it
it.
was not
That
funny.
it was
I
funny.
thought it was funny.
it
That's what I was
funny.
trying to go back to. You guys didn't understand, but I was like,
This
dial it
is
back to
Tanner.
the-
No one knows what you're talking about.
I know, but in my mind, I did. I was like,
Yeah,
please bring
no,
it back
that
to
helps
the bit
everyone
where we were
else.
talking
As a
about
producer, when you're
nonsense.
talking to yourself,
Yeah.
you're not a producer.
Pausing there. What a great exchange there. Tanner, no one knows what you're talking about. Yes, but in my mind, I did. Uh, perfect encapsulation of my interactions with Tanner over the last, 6 years. It's like no one was talking about. Actually, in my mind, I did. Yeah, that's it. That's right there. But we're gonna keep going.
Sorry.
Well, in my mind, I am.
There's one producer and there's one editor,
Can
and
I
it's
be
just
one
me.
of them? Wow.
Yeah.
I'm both.
He did covers both. I made the music though.
He is.
Oh,
He's the
me,
sound
that's
editor.
different, yeah.
What else do you do?
Huh?
What
Well, I
else?
made the music.
He just
I mean,
shows up.
I
He shows up once a
after
week.
that, yeah.
You do anything else? Other than that?
We're supposed to be working on the business fair, but he's kind of like 4
I
companies.
have 4
now.
companies.
Yeah,
You know,
I
I
wanted
called
fun.
some companies.
You still keep the
You
beef?
have?
Huh?
Keep all beef. This guy, we're ordering food for our business fair. Okay, he gets like a vegetable platter. All right, he gets like some lemonade, some sweet tea, right?
Good.
Some water, and then 5 dozen beef sandwiches.
Why is that a bad idea?
And that's it.
Why is that? Because here's something. People walk in.
Who? Wait, like roast beef? Like
Roast
No,
beef.
Rubens.
It was
Because-
that's roast beef.
Huh? No, it's about roast beef doesn't cover. Roast beef's like Arby's. I'm talking about Rubens. I'm thinking people walk in here. They're in the business mindset, and what is more business than eating a Reuben and talking to
You just
companies?
really like
You
Rubens.
could have gotten a hammer turkey. People
That's
like
what I
that
said.
more.
There is no
Turkey
turkey. It's only
There's no turkey
chicken,
sandwiches?
pork, and beef, and seafood.
I told you you could do
What's a
2.
seafood sandwich?
It's
It's a
not a
fish
sandwich. There's like different options. So shout out to GT Catering here. But so there's like I don't know what there was in I never clicked on because seafood. I didn't want seafood.
Housing there, just to give you some background, this is for our Energy Club stuff. So Connor, I got involved in Energy Club. Connor and I were pretty good friends. Um, and yeah, so I was like, yeah, you should join Energy Club because he was interested in that sort of thing too. And he was ordering food for an event. I don't think it was the expo/conference that we held. It was some other event. I'm trying to remember. You know what? It was like we had like an energy career fair, and he was in charge of ordering the food, and he ordered like I said in the podcast, 5 platters of beef sandwiches, so Rubens in this case, but the roast beef is the meat of choice. And I said, why are we doing that? Why didn't you get a different mix? Because he's gonna talk about it, but GC Catering is what he ordered it through, so you can order it right through the school's like third-party catering service. Um, and for some reason, he chose just one type of sandwich. I said, get 5 sandwiches or 5 different platters, and he got 5 of the exact same. Eh, I don't know. I'm trying to remember. It was a long time ago, obviously, but yeah, I don't know why he chose that. Sorry, I have to sneeze, so we're gonna get back into this here.
Hey, do you need Arthy's help? Do you want her help for this?
No, I don't want her help for this.
Why don't you get Chick-fil-A to cater or something?
Why
That's
do
too
we get-
expensive. And also, it's easier for us to pay through GT Catering because we don't have to do any. If we do Chick-fil-A, we have
Yeah,
to
you
put
guys,
it.
you guys have a bad history of paying people.
You still not got paid. We still have orders from Sodexo that we have paid. What are you guys whispering about again?
He's trying to slide into my DMs.
Oh my god!
No, just during the
Tanner,
podcast. I'm trying to focus on the
This is a
conversation.
professional
Tanner,
podcast.
Just slide into my DMs, okay?
Yeah.
Yeah, and now he's really been
I
asking
know
for
you
it.
need some DMs to slide into. Mine are open, okay?
Okay.
Wow, what's wrong with Nadia?
What's wrong?
No,
with
no.
that? Wow.
What's
I
wrong with
didn't-
Nadia?
Wow.
I didn't
What
say
the hell?
Unacceptable.
Yeah,
She's
she's
got a very
not-
sexy. She's got a very sexy voice.
Can you? No, in the description of her
What'd you
episode.
say?
What? I don't remember.
In the description of her episode, I put hot girl. Can you confirm?
I said she's attractive.
You're not. You're opinion than
Oh,
that.
never
You're
mind.
homosexual.
Thank you, Tanner.
I'm a sexual Tanner. But
Connor.
I'd agree.
Okay.
Oh.
Owen.
But what was the event you were trying to cater for?
Doesn't matter.
Really?
Yeah, it
I
doesn't
think
matter.
it does.
No, it doesn't.
Not really.
So let's talk
Is it
about
not
the
something you wanna
whales here.
Broadcast on the podcast?
Tanner, we're done with that conversation.
Okay.
I like your jacket though.
Guys, I slid into a girl's DMs and I don't think she read it. I don't think it's sent. Freaking group me.
Who slides into DMs on GroupMe? I mean, I did that too before.
Yeah, you
but
have done that before.
it doesn't
yeah.
work. Because
It doesn't work.
here's what you gotta do. All right, here's something.
Okay.
All right, when you
I don't know what else to slide into.
Well, here we go. Listen to this.
Here's-
This is
okay.
going to be good.
Here,
all right?
this
You
is.
may want to sit down for this.
You may want to sit down for this.
Shut
All right,
up.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, she's now standing.
Up.
Now sit down. Are you wearing socks? Because they're
All
going to
right,
be knocked
so
off.
here's the thing. Oh, that was good.
Yeah.
Because see, he took it literally. Like, yeah, you know, you get your socks knocked off.
Yes. So here's how it works, Tanner. Looks like he has nothing. He's so lost.
Honestly, I'm a little bit spaced out. Right?
Why?
Tanner just always looks like a lost puppy.
He does look like a lost puppy.
Pausing there. Tanner gets the lost puppy comment more often than you think. Maybe as often as you would think. But yeah, Tanner just sometimes he spaces out. Again, I love him to death, but he's sometimes he's not always there. I don't know what he was doing there. But again, Connor and I, great. Connor's got a great bit here. I'm pretty sure. I can't remember. But okay, let's keep going.
He was so happy when we told him we could be his friends.
I know. Yeah. Oh my god. So we were in the student center, me and Daniel. Or no, and then
Yeah, you and me.
and then
You and I were getting lunch.
yeah, and then Tanner popped up. Or
Tanner was just there.
did he text you?
No,
or
I just
something?
ran into him.
Oh yeah. So Daniel ran into Tanner, and Tanner was like, "Oh my god, I know how to make friends with upperclassmen. You give them meal swipes." And he was like, "Guys, do you want food?" And then I was like, "Oh, Tanner, of course
He
we'll
had
be
this
your
puppy
friend."
dog smile on
And
the
he
whole
was like,
time.
"Really?" And he had this huge smile. It was the most adorable thing in the world. But of course, he was just doing that playing dumb thing so that we could be friends with him.
Exactly.
Because
I knew
you're a
you-
sociopath.
Yes.
You're a sociopath. Yes.
Actually,
Dude.
Okay, that was confirmed on air.
Yeah.
We'll cut this part out.
Yeah,
Not
just-
really.
you get-
Anyway, how does Nadia
third-
slide
Okay,
in?
so here's something. Because I think
You're a slide expert.
I'm a slide expert.
okay.
Like when it comes to sliding into DMs, I'm really good.
There's no friction there.
There's
It's
no
just
friction.
straight
It is
in.
No
it is
friction.
pure
Frictionless.
lubrication.
Yeah.
Anyways, here's what you do. Okay, you're in GroupMe,
Yeah, you're in groovy.
right?
Okay.
And you say, "I don't have your number,"
Mhm.
and they're like, "Oh, you can just text me in GroupMe. I don't really care." And then you're like, "Well, I want your number," because like you can say like.
That's
you're-
awkward if you like insist. Well, I want your number.
Yeah.
Just do
No, but
it through me.
it shows that you're interested. It shows that you're
Like,
interested.
no, I think that's
And then they're like, "Oh, okay." So then they give you their number.
Mhm.
Then you text them from your number.
No.
And be like,
How about you keep doing it through GroupMe? You ask.
Wait,
for
you
number.
text them from their number? Is that what you just said?
"No, you text their number."
No,
Oh.
Yeah.
But I mean,
Pausing there. We're talking about GroupMe, which is like an app for our listeners who don't know. It's like an app that it's kind of what it sounds like. It's a group chat app, so you can add a bunch of people. It's kind of becomes I don't know how much it's used now. I mean, I don't really use it for anything. It was very popular when I went to college, is what I'll say. Anytime you had a group chat, you would make a GroupMe. Because it had extra features, I guess, is why, as opposed to just like using the regular chat function on your phone. Um, the problem is it was a little buggy, so you wouldn't always get notifications. Was the big thing. So that's why I think Nadia was struggling with that. It's like, you can get a message, even if you have notifications on, like on your phone settings, GroupMe would still not push the notification to you, so you would never you'd go like a day if you didn't happen to open the GroupMe app. You could like you could go like a day and you're like, oh, I missed like 5 messages because it just never send it to me. Because you could mute, obviously you could like change notification settings on each thing, but even then, it wasn't always as reliable as you would want. But, okay, let's keep going.
say the other thing, and then you text their number, and then you say, "Oh, like, hey, this is me. I'm texting from number," and then you go back to GroupMe, and that's when you tell them that you love them. Yeah.
Interesting strategy.
So that's the strategy. That's the
I'm
strategy.
gonna
Tanner,
try
are you
it
raising
right
your
now.
hand?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm raising my hand to improve upon.
Okay, go ahead. Hold on, Nadia. Tanner has some input.
All right, so
This genius over here, this love expert
young
over
prodigy, young prodigy. Sliding to first, you call them out in the main group chat that I guess you're
Right.
in.
Call them
right?
out?
Well, you just at them, right? So
Okay.
so it gets their notification, then you make a joke or something that applies.
Give us an example of a joke you. Go ahead.
I'm not very good. It's really late. It's what?
It's not even
9:45.
not that- It's really not that
Oh,
late.
it is
Yeah.
young.
Okay, think of an example. So say,
We don't have all
Nadia-
day here. We have 55
Okay,
minutes.
say
Okay, so let's get to it.
Nadia.
You're trying to, okay, so you're trying to
Slide in her
Yeah,
DMs.
okay,
We'll
yeah,
say-
yeah, we'll use it as an example.
Say you fell down the stairs walking back from some band.
Wouldn't happen, but okay.
Whatever.
She
and I
would.
put
She's very
at
coordinated. I don't know
Nadia
why you
or
think
whatever
she's-
you're at. Little Freezy. What's your actual name?
Phil Freezy?
Which one is it?
What?
Cold one? What's your
Good.
I don't know.
Vanilla ice.
Vanilla Ice?
Little
Little
Freezy.
Little
Yeah.
Freezy.
That's the brand. That's the store brand
Little
name.
Freezy. Sorry. But you at Little Freezy and you say, "Did it hurt when you fell from those stairs?" And
That's kind of just mean, isn't it? That's just
Yeah,
mean.
that's like
Yeah.
well,
Wow.
I'd be like, yeah, it did. I had to go to the hospital.
and
Get
Yeah.
stitches.
then well, then
Uh-huh.
you group. Well, that would be in the group chat, so that'd be calling them out. They'd be like awkward, but then you take advantage of that, like, ooh, awkwardness, and then you do the private group chat.
And what would you say in the private
After
message?
you were really into another group.
Yeah.
And then you say, hey, are you kidding? You show a little bit of sympathy.
You're like,
Oh, you are shoving her down into the ground so that way when you
In
come back
public,
in.
no, in public, you publicly
In public.
embarrass them.
Oh, so in public you're like the tough mean guy. But
Yes.
then in private
Yeah.
you're like, oh, are you okay? Oh,
Yes.
So you're putting on
That's-
a facade.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Okay,
That's
that sounds
good.
like the opposite of the thing you're saying.
Pausing there. We do not endorse anything that Taylor says. I don't know what Taylor's talking about. Like, again, I don't know. If that's really this is. I can't confirm that this is the optimal strategy. Uh, but we're gonna wrap up this sort of bit, and then we're probably gonna wind down this part of the commentary, and we'll come back next week for the last part. Just so you guys know. Okay, let's keep going.
It's what?
That sounds like the complete opposite of something that would work.
Really?
I think it would work.
No.
I think it would work.
That's just so.
Owen?
Uh-huh. See, but what about in person? Because I think we have a lot of flirting that happens over the internet.
Okay.
But I'm thinking in person.
Okay.
All right.
What if you write a letter?
Okay, but
What if you write a letter?
Yeah,
I like
with
that.
a feather.
So you go
With a feather.
up to them and you like, most people say, "What's your number?" What's your
what's your
MySpace?
number? Oh.
Yeah, and then you go up to them instead and you go, "Hey, what's your address?"
Mm.
Okay, and then they're like,
Everyone's always like, "What's your number?" Why don't
Yeah.
people ask, "What's your address?"
What is your
Yeah.
home address?
Yeah.
and then you mail them a love letter.
All right. Yes.
So I can mail.
Yeah.
What is your address? So I can mail you letters.
Yes.
Could you
It's
imagine?
classic.
It's classic.
It's retro.
It's what you do.
No, I'd be like, you're a creep.
No, you
Kick
wouldn't
you
be.
in the-
Nadia?
No, okay, so I think what you do, this is what's been done to me. You find somebody, you find out their name, stalk them on Facebook, Facebook message them and say, WID tonight.
Does that work? I see. I
Does
don't
that
think that
work?
works. Because in my opinion, here's my
Okay.
my 50 cents on that
Uh-huh.
plus tax.
Do it again.
Does it actually?
Your face, Owen.
Lost dog.
Asking for a friend.
You know, we'll see, because I actually recently Snapchat someone said, hey, what are you doing tonight?
Oh my goodness.
It
We'll
worked.
see.
Nadia may need to leave in the middle of this podcast for
I
personal
mean,
reasons, so
he
we're
was
just
like,
gonna leave that
I'll
open.
let you know.
We're gonna end it there because I don't know how long this bit goes, and I want to save some good stuff for the final part. But that is, and I also need to blow my nose. I got some problems. I'm gonna have to take a break in between these. Uh, but yeah, so that's part two. This is episode number 16. Tanner and I fight. Um, I don't know about you guys, but I think I've been choosing some pretty good ones here. Uh, like as far as the ones to do the commentary, I am. I'm pretty surprised at the quality, in a good way, right? Of these first kind of few podcast episodes that we did. These these are much better than I than I remembered. I kind of look back on these first ones. This is number 16, right? So it's very early on. And I kind of look back on these and I'm like, "Ooh, I don't know that you would want to listen to those again. They're not very good." But actually, there's a pretty good amount to glean from these. Um, Maybe, like I've always said, like if I had a ton of time, I would kind of do like a clip up like sort of the best bits from these early episodes and kind of put them in one big, like best of series. But that would take so much time, and I just I have a full-time job. I don't have time to do that. So, but yeah. Anyway, so that's that. This is part two of the commentary. Again, come back next week. We'll have part three. And yeah, we'll wrap it up there. So thank you for listening.